Life has probably been so hard for you these past couple weeks, months, years. You probably feel like you can't get a break. You probably feel like everything is just back to back to back when it comes to tests and trials and tribulations in your life. And it could possibly even feel like, you haven't had peace. You haven't had joy. You lost your joy along, following God and picking up your cross and walking with Him. You've lost sanity, probably. You've lost probably money, people, houses, cars. You've lost a lot. You've lost a lot. And sometimes, when you are constantly, either in survival mode or you're constantly fighting for your peace and you're constantly just fighting, not only in the spiritual realm, but in the physical, and you're fighting mentally and you're fighting physically, it can be so draining. Your spirit and your soul can be so weary. And this resonates with me so much because this is myself, but I know I'm not the only one. And again, you just gotta hold on. You have to hold on to whatever it is that God has said He's gonna do for you. And not even just what He's gonna do for you, but what is biblically in the Bible. Him restoring you, Him giving the devil giving you sevenfold of what he stole from you. God giving you joy for your sorrows and for your tears. I know for me, I have cried. I've cried many, many times over these past 3 years. I want to say 4. Yeah, I want to say 4. I've cried a lot. And I've cried a lot. And I really want to encourage somebody today that things are going to get easier. Your life is going to get easier. It's not going to feel like you're striving, A lot of the times you could just feel like you're striving, and it just still feels like you're just stressed, tired, weary, worried, self-doubt, doubt, unbelief, all these things, And I truly pray that God gives you, I pray that this reaches people right when they need it, not who it needs, because God already knows who this is for. I pray that it reaches you in the right time that you need it. He would not let it off my spirit that your life is about to get easier. Your life is about to get easier. For the past couple of years for me, life has not been easy. I mean, not easy. Like, it has been hard. It has been extremely hard, and I cannot be the only one, which is why He wants me to share this. Sometimes I know when He really wants me to share something, because sometimes I don't want to, again, put something out and it really not be for anybody, but He would not let this go. He just kept saying, and I just felt called to share this. Because I know so many people are just holding on to, the days, when does life get easy, Sometimes we ask ourselves that, when does life get easy? When is life going to get easy for me? Because it's been hard, I know, this is not my portion for the rest of my life. Just, striving and going, and test after test after test after test. Life is never going to be perfect, but there are times when, life is easy. Life feels smooth. Life feels like a breeze. Life feels calm. Life feels safe. Life feels beautiful and peaceful, and life doesn't feel so dry. A lot of the times when you are in that dark place in your life, I guess, you really just are like, God, it feels like I'm in a dry season, and sometimes these seasons can last for years. That's one thing I've learned along this journey, is that seasons with God are not like seasons like fall, summer, spring, winter. I've learned that. Seasons can take years. Seasons can be months. Seasons can be even weeks. Like, I don't really know. I've never really heard of a weeks, for a season, maybe like a transition season. But, yeah, seasons are not like, that's one thing I had to learn, is that seasons can be a year, 2 years, 4 years, 7 years, 20 years, like, and I pray that we don't go through 20 years of just like depression and stuff like that, because again, when life doesn't feel, like when you feel far away from God, and when you feel like you're just being tested constantly, back to 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 back, and I mean truly back to back to back, not like a couple months worth. I'm talking about like years of back to back to back to back things that are constantly happening to you. You have to realize that like it's not going to last. And I feel like I can say that because I'm going through it, and it's been years of me just like, feeling depressed, and again, with back to what I was saying with the season, where he says, weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. That does not necessarily mean that it is coming the next day when you cry on your bed. Maybe you might cry yourself to sleep, and joy doesn't come in the morning. That scripture is not, don't take it so literal. Sometimes it's, you're going through a process for months of purging and crying out all these things, and then God will bring you to a point where, okay, now joy cometh in the morning. Or sometimes it can mean that. Sometimes joy does come in the morning, but you have to, like, sometimes God will give you different revelations on a scripture at different times in your life. And again, I've realized that just because I've cried myself to sleep does not mean I will wake up in this beautiful, peaceful, harmonious state. So yeah, I felt it as I was laying down. Like, your life is about to get easier. Like there's no more toiling. There's no more, delay. There's no more, there's just no more of this like dry place that you've been in. There's no more of the weeping, the crying, like, I mean those crying, sliding down the wall cries, the cries where like you can't see anything, boogers coming out your nose, like puffy eyes, like I'm talking about like that true weeping from your soul. I don't know, something about this word, something about this word, something about this word. I'm telling you, it's I feel like it's a right now word because, again, he gave it to me like 25 minutes ago. So I don't really know. I'm still kind of new to this. I mean, he's always been speaking to me, but like having my own ministry now is kind of new. And like making sure like the timings of the words are right, and making sure he's actually speaking to me, making sure he wants me to share it, all that kind of stuff. But again, I keep hearing, and it's not even a hearing, it's a feeling right now that your life is it's gonna get easier. It is about to, not it is about to get easier. Your life is about to get easier. Keep hearing that. I don't know why. I feel like I want to like describe it differently, but he won't allow me to. He won't allow my mind to like really think about whatever I'm trying to come up with, because this is not me, this is him, yeah, your life is about to get easier. It's about to feel easier. Not only is it about to get easier, but it's going to feel easier. You're not going to have to like keep fighting for peace, and keep fighting for joy, and keep fighting for all these things that you've been fighting for. So yeah, I pray. I already know God is going to make this work. God's going to bring whoever needs to see this word. God is going to make sure it gets to you, because he does that for me. And I know he's going to do this for this video. I have 1 subscriber. So if you see this, this is definitely, this is definitely for you, okay? Don't scroll. I'm glad if you've made it this far. Thank you for not scrolling, because this was probably for you. You know, your life was probably super hard for the past couple months. It just felt like, you weren't getting anywhere. It felt like you were watching people pass you by. It might have felt like, you had all these ideas that you were sitting on, and you really didn't feel like you were qualified. You probably didn't feel like you didn't believe in yourself. There's probably a lot of things that you have been through in these past couple seasons. Again, it's gonna get easier, and I know you just have to believe that it's gonna get easier and just keep holding on. So, I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video.